Hello and welcome to another bodgit and leggit video. Now, as you can see, I have boxes everywhere. This is exciting because this is 99% of my engine. A few bits I'm missing, a few bits I just found out that I need to get replaced. Like, for example, we have an oil pump here. Now, I've just found out this oil pump is baggered, so we need to get an oil pump. But what I'm going to do in this video, I'm going to go through everything, all the stuff I've got, all the new bits, and then the next few days over the Christmas, get the video together, get the engine together, sorted. Now, I just don't know where to start because there's just so many goodies here. But one thing I will say is this is going to be proper X-rated. So this is not going to be for the faint-hearted. We'll start with a big thing first. So the first thing we've got is a T34 turbo. Now, this is a proper Group A Ford turbo. This is not the normal T34 turbos. It's different in an awful lot of ways. Obviously, the first thing, it's got a restrictor, which we're going to take off. But the ordinary T34s, this flange here is a lot longer to accept a pipe. But because this has the restrictor in, it doesn't need to be. But there's a restrictor in there as well, which we have to take out. But this has got the original marks on it. So the original rally pipes to make sure you haven't fiddled with the turbo to get your extra power. So this is a proper Group A Ford turbo with anti-lag. It's got the Miramar shaft in the 247 shaft, which you're not going to be able to see properly, but it's in there. Has the cutback fins on the back, which just basically allows the exhaust gas to come out more. I could bang on them hours for turbos because turbos are a minefield. There's so many different turbos out there. But I'm just going to keep it short and sweet on everything because otherwise it'll get boring. But basically, this is a serious turbo designed for anti-lag. This will take a hell of a lot of abuse. You can heat this up more. You can just give this a hell of a lot more abuse than you can a normal T34. So we have that. You see what I mean now about it getting X-rated. So it's going to only get worse. So what's the next goodies we have? Now, we just have boxes here full of stuff. This is not really important because all these are the little things to put the camshafts in on the top of the engine. We have the big end bearings, sorry, the main bearings. So the main bearings go underneath on the actual block. We have the new pistons here, which will show them, because again, these are just so sexy as well. These are all genuine pistons. They're not the cheap ones, they're all genuine. Now, just look at that. Isn't that just... It's almost a shame putting all this stuff in the car. I'd hang it up on my wall. So these are 1mm oversized pistons, which we're going to put in. We've got the block board 1mm oversize. But again, on the video of me building all that, I'll show all that. But they're the pistons. Then we have the con rods. Now these con rods have all been checked, balanced and measured. Very important, so they're all the same length. None of them have been stretched, none of them have got bent, because the last thing you want is one to be longer than the other. Even if it's a fraction, it can make all the difference, especially in a turbo engine and especially with your compression. So these have all been checked by the guy who did all my engine work. They've been checked, balanced and absolutely everything, so they're all fine. Obviously there's 4 of them. What have we got next? Now we're getting into some really proper stuff. What we have in this box, this is like, what I've got in this box is like, how can I describe it? It's like finding hen's teeth in rocking horse shit. That's how hard this is to get. I feel sorry for anybody now who's building a Cosworth engine, because if they haven't got parts or they're looking for a full engine, they're going to struggle. This is a genuine, brand new, so it's new old stock, 3-bar map sensor. You cannot get these. 10 odd years ago, they were only 60 quid brand new to buy, 60 sterling. You'd be lucky to find one of these now for about 800 sterling, if you can find one that is new. You just can't get them anymore. I was lucky with that. but I paid a lot more than 60 quid for it, unfortunately, but I've got it. That's all that matters. Then what have we got? We've got genuine oil filters, genuine plugs, well racing plugs. So we're going to put all them on. What else have we got in here? We have green. Go through all this when I'm building the engine. This just gives you an idea of the stuff that I'm putting in. Brand new green injectors. 803 injectors. So there's 4 of them going in. These are just various nuts and bolts, so you don't really need to see them. They're just on the actual head. Yeah, they're just various nuts and bolts. Like I got new oil pan, oil seal bolts and stuff like that. All the rocker cover bolts are new. They're all stainless steel, so they're kind of a shiny bolt rather than the original black bolts. So as you can see, that's an original bolt that holds down the rocker cover, and I've replaced it with a stainless steel, so it's stronger. But not only that, it's shiny, so it just looks nice when you actually put it on. So all them are new. So if you watch my other videos, a few weeks ago I reconditioned the rocker cover on it, so it's all nice and blue and chromy shiny. But what I've got to put on that rocker cover, are you ready? You might need a moment. I think I need a moment. Oh, look at that. Now, which way is it? Can you see that? Look how shiny that is. Now, we've got another shiny bit to put on it as well. I'm going to need a moment. We're back in a minute. Okay, I've had my moment. Now, this is also going on the head. Just going on the rocker cover. It's a turbo dampener, but just look at it. Oh. Can you see that? Just a work of art. Can you just put that in a frame and just hang it up above your bedroom? It's just, oh yes. I need another moment. Okay, I'm back in the room. Things like this, a few years ago, they were easy enough to get. They're not cheap even a few years ago, but they were kind of easy to get. For some reason, they've just stopped making this sort of stuff now, and I can't understand why. So this stuff is just becoming a lot harder to get, and the prices of most cosworth bits now are just quadrupling, just for a simple thing. So I was lucky to kind of get these. When I actually wanted to rebuild the engine a few years ago, I thought there was not going to be any problem, so I decided, when I got a few quid, just like everybody, saved up and just basically try and do it that way. But then I found out that bits aren't easy to get anymore. A lot of the stuff that I'm putting on, I was like the last person to get it, and you know, there's only one left and all this sort of stuff. It's crazy how hard stuff is going to get for them now. And obviously, it goes without saying, brand new head bolts, also brand new big end bearing bolts, and obviously brand new shims. So everything basic for this engine I've got is brand new. Everything really, because it's the only really way to do it, to make sure you're getting it proper. Right, just kind of normal things now, kind of obvious things. Brand new timing belt, goes without saying. Brand new tensioner, again, goes without saying. That's the tensioner for them. All genuine Ford. New rotary, well, new dizzy cap. It's the angled version on my car, again, all genuine ones. Also, new rotary arm. Again, these things now, to be fair, rotary arms and dizzy caps, they're very, very cheap. But this was surprising. A genuine Ford 4-wheel drive Cosworth water pump. Very expensive to what they were only a few years ago, because again, they basically stopped making them, which is just ridiculous. You can go for spurious ones and stuff like that, but I went for the genuine ones because the money I'm putting in this engine, I just want everything to be right. So now they are metal, so the only thing that can really go in are the bearings, and I'm sure you could actually even just get the bearings yourself, rip it apart, but I'm just going new, so obviously that's new. Alright, the next thing I got is a new thermostat. Now I didn't get a genuine Ford thermostat. This is a motorsport thermostat. The genuine Ford thermostats are stupidly expensive, like 100 and something sterling. So I didn't go with a genuine one, but I got kind of the next best thing. Right. Now we move on to the big stuff. That's kind of all the little stuff. Like I said, I will go into it in a lot more detail once I'm actually building the engine. This just gives you an idea of basically what I'm putting into it. And like I said, I do feel sorry for anybody. If anyone's looking for a Cosworth engine now, I feel sorry for them because the money they're going to pay for it is ridiculous. Especially the block that I've got is a 200 block, which is what everybody wants. And just the block alone is just ridiculous money now. I mean thousands, it's stupid. But lucky enough I already had all that, so it wasn't too bad. It's actually good for me because it means, or anybody that has anything to do with Cosworth, because the price of everything is just shot up. So the next thing we're getting on to now is big things. A Cosworth 4x4 head. Now the four-wheel drive and the 4x4, there's not much difference, they're basically the same, it's just a few things are in a different place. But this is the 4x4 one. Now this has been completely cleaned, everything inside, all cleaned. The only thing I've asked them to do is to put the valve seals in because they have all the right tools and everything, it's just quicker, but everything else I'm doing myself. So it's all been cleaned, all the valves have been reseated and absolutely everything. Everything's had a good clean, ready for the new head gasket to put on. So that's the first kind of big thing you could say, it's the head. And you just imagine the rocker cover on there now with all them bits of shiny chromy bits and stainless steel bits on, it's going to look out of this world. We also have the cams as well for said head, so they'll be going in also. Now let's see what we've got in here. Are you ready? Sorry, gone again. I'm gone. 10, 9, 8. Back in the room. Now, as we can see, this video has definitely got 4 X's now. This is just, well, it's just sex, isn't it? It's just, what else can you say about it? Just gorgeous. Now, this is obviously my bottom crank. Now, I had this grinded down because on the original engine, cylinder number 4 seized. Long story, because whoever built the van did the van properly. Whichever donkey had it afterwards, thinking they know what they're doing, messed it up. But anyway, so this has been, there are oversized big ends and oversized main bearings. They're 0.50 oversized and 0.75 oversized big ends and main bearings, because that's just the way we had to do it, unfortunately, because the last crowd also that tried to do this engine work for me fucked it up, so that's why I had to go down that route. But as you can see, this thing is just gorgeous in every way you can imagine. Again, these bottom cranks, they're just ridiculous price. Absolutely, I think they're close to £1,000 now to buy even a second-hand one of these. It's just, from what I can see anyway, from on the net and stuff, just stupid price. But anyway, so yeah, I better cover that up before I have another moment, I think. I do apologise if anyone's watching this and having moments as well, because I understand it's not easy, you know, showing these bits. I'm surprised this video is going to go up online. It might get banned. Oh yeah. Now, as you can see, we have a 200 block, not a 205, but a 200 block. This is the, well, there is a 400 block, but I think a 400 block, well, they're like 10,000 sterling, I think, something in and around there. They're a ridiculous price. But this is a 200 block. Basically, the walls are thicker on it, so you can bore these out a lot more, a lot bigger pistons in without really causing much strain on the engine. So as you can see, it's been completely and utterly skimmed, it's been bored out, it's been cleaned, That's another thing with engines. What the most important thing when you build an engine is clean. Is how clean it is. The cleaner the better. That's why, you know, all Formula 1 engines and stuff, they're all built in hermetically sealed factories, because that's how you can get a longer life out your engines. So this is the bad boy. Now what we're going to also do in this video, this is all going to be painted blue like the head. Again, I'll show all that. So this, when this engine's finished, it's going to look shiny. Then one thing I have to be careful of is when I put the pistons in this, because I've had to get this skimmed, and I don't know if it's ever been skimmed before. I'm going to have to check the protrusion of the pistons. If the pistons come up too high because the block has been skimmed too many times, it means I'm going to have to get the pistons shaved. Hopefully I don't need to do that. He did tell me he took so little off this. He didn't take a lot off it at all. But if it's been done a few times before, well then my pistons might stick up 0.5 or 0.3 or something like that, which is obviously, you know, 0.3 of a millimetre, which is too much, and it means I'm going to have to get them skimmed, because you don't really, on some engines, like on rally engines, on big rally engines and motorsport engines, the centre of the piston does come out, because it's all to do with compression ratios. But we don't need to be really worrying about compression ratios with this, because we're not, you know, I've just got normal rings. I haven't got high compression rings or anything like that. They're just normal Cosworth rings. I'm not going for big compression as engine, just standard compression. Hopefully it's going to be reducing in and around 350, maybe close to 400 horsepower, in and around there. I'm hoping for around 380-ish, in and around there, but I won't know until I actually get this built properly and obviously get it tested. So yeah, that's basically it. That's what I've got to put on. That's all my bits, and then we'll be building this, and we will be running this and see what happens. So I hope you stay tuned for it. Hopefully I get it over the Christmas, get some videos done on it, get them up just after Christmas, and yeah, look, hope you're going to enjoy it. Hope it helps. Thumbs up and subscribe, and don't forget, get your hands dirty. See you for the next one.